A magpie is a thief, right? Glitter, noise, scandals in the yard. And now the fact. Magpies don't have an innate love for shiny things. It's a myth. But there is a much more interesting truth. A magpie is a smart orderly, a processor, a forest alarm system, and even a seed carrier. In short, the magpie keeps the ecosystem in good shape. And now you'll see exactly how. The magpie is not just a bird about yards. She lives in forest belts, in steppe plantings, and next to humans. She's an omnivore and very adaptable. This means that magpie affects several layers of nature at once: insects, rodents, carrion, seeds, and the behavior of other birds. Now there will be 10 functions with analysis and 10 unusual facts without fairy tales and tales. 10 magpie functions in nature. 1. Regulator of insects and their larvae. The magpie eats insects, larvae, and invertebrates, especially in the warm season. This is not annihilation. This is surge control. Locally, it is very noticeable. 2. Control of small vertebrates and selection of weak ones. A magpie can take small prey, and it often removes what is available. The weakened, the careless. It sounds harsh, but this is the normal role of an opportunistic predator. 3. Orderly. Cleaning carrion and waste. A magpie is a scavenger whenever possible, and scavengers are important in general. They accelerate the removal of animal corpses from the environment and maintain ecosystem stability. Human translation: less biological debris means fewer problems. 4. Organic processing. Acceleration of the circulation of substances. The magpie eats different things: remains, insects, plant-based food, and it turns it into energy and biomass, which goes further down the food chain. 5. Ecosystem signaling. Magpies notice threats quickly, and they sound the alarm. Other birds read this and change their behavior. Plus, magpies participate in mobbing, the collective expulsion of a predator. This really reduces the risk to the community. 6. Seed dispersal and vegetation renewal assistance. Many vernovs hide food in reserve. Some of the reserves are missing, and this turns into a seed dispersal. Magpies have direct evidence that they can be effective carriers of nuts and thus help the regeneration of woody plants. Soroka is unexpectedly a gardener. 7. Creating a microenvironment through nests. The magpie's nest is a large structure. Sometimes other birds use it later, or it becomes an element of the habitat's infrastructure. Not magic. It's just that architecture in nature takes a long time to work. 8. Predator support. Magpie as prey. A magpie is not only a hunter, she's prey too. Predators get calories. The energy rises up. This is how the top of the food chain is kept. 9. Regulation of competition in the community. The soroka is a station wagon. It can put pressure on different middlemen of the food chain. Because of this, in some places, the community is becoming more even. No one dominates too much. 10. Indicator of a live, working environment. Where there are a lot of magpies there is food, there are trees/shrubs for nests, there is a landscape structure. If magpies have disappeared abruptly, it is often a signal that the environment has become poor. Not the only marker, but a very noticeable one. 10 unusual facts about magpies. 1. They love glitter. A myth experimentally, no evidence has been found that magpies are irresistibly attracted to shiny objects. Rather, on the contrary, they are often cautious with the new. 2. The magpie is a really smart bird. The Vranovs have a high level of cognitive abilities. Magpie has a famous work that describes behavior similar to recognizing oneself in a mirror. It's important to be honest. In science, such things are always discussed and rechecked. But the fact remains, the magpie is not a dumb yard bird. 3. Their alarm signals may vary for different predators. There is evidence of a difference between anxiety reactions and signals depending on the type of threat. That is, it's not just yelling. This is communication. 4. They stock up. A magpie can hide food, and some of the reserves remain in nature, which affects both seed dispersal and food for other organisms. 5. Magpies are omnivorous and easily rearranged. The environment is changing. The menu is changing. Therefore, they survive well next to humans. 6. Soroka is a master of observation. She quickly learns where it's safe, where it's dangerous, where there is food, and he uses it every day. 7. The nest is almost a fortress. Magpies often have a nest with a roof of branches. This is protection from predators and bad weather. 8. They can be very territorial, especially during the breeding season. That's why magpies often seem scandalous. 9. Magpies participate in the social life of the area. They notice each other. They remember conflicts. They react to their neighbors. This makes them real players in urban and suburban ecology. 10. A magpie is neither a hero nor a villain. She is useful as an orderly and a supervisor, and it can be harmful if the system is skewed. The main idea: the magpie does what a universal intelligent bird should do. It takes what is available and it keeps the system moving. Conclusion: a magpie is not a glitter thief. These are an orderly, a regulator, a seed carrier, and the alarm siren of the ecosystem. A small thing? No. A magpie is a mechanism that connects forests, fields, and cities into one living network. If it was useful, subscribe. Here we analyze the animals so that it becomes clear who really keeps nature in working order. And write in the comments: did you previously consider the magpie to be a pest? Or do you now see it as a smart orderly and guardian of the ecosystem?